Welcome to Growth Mode Podcast for Real Estate Agents, hosted by the Floyd Wickman Team. You know, you can either do it alone or bathe your mind with the inspiration of others. During this podcast, you'll listen to successful agents in our coaching community from across North America share what motivates them and what they've learned.
I'm Coach Dawn Zarin, your host for today's episode. Let's dive in. One of the challenges that people have when they get leads from a lead source, from any of the groups that you've got information coming to you, and somebody has electronically on some platform raised their hand and said, "Ooh, I want information about buying. I want information about selling." And maybe they give you just enough, like you've got their email address, maybe even have their cell and text number. The challenge is, how do you connect with those leads? How do you convert the leads? So the important thing to know is when you've got a lead like that, your first sale is not to sell them a property, or to sell them on you listing their house, or to sell them on you being their buyer's agent. The first sale that you make is getting voice to voice and then face to face. Voice to voice, then face to face. It's the building and creating of a relationship. Because if they entered some info online, maybe to your company's website, there's still no relationship built. So why would they list with you? Why would they go see houses with you? And if they do go see houses as a buyer, why would they consider you different than any other agent who would also show them homes? They don't. Floyd teaches us tease to talk. Tease to talk. That means when you send an email to them or there's a text that goes out to them, there has to be a compelling reason for them to say, "Yeah, I'll talk to a stranger. Yeah, I'll give up some of my time." So if it's a buyer, right now we're in a changing market. By the way, whenever you hear or see this podcast, we're probably in a changing market. The market's always changing. But this calendar date and time, we just recently had the rates bump up about 0.5% in one day. And consumer confidence is low. There's all sorts of political and economic factors that have that going on. And spring should be a time where we got more going on as agents. But a lot of people are saying people are holding back. So how do you tease those leads to talk? Well, if someone is going to make a purchase soon, and now economic uncertainty has them on pause, there's a few things you can let them know. And it has a lot to do with rates. With rates, if the rates go up, we did some math earlier today. If someone's going to buy, say, a $500,000 property, and maybe they've even got 20% down, they're going to mortgage $400,000. If interest rates go up just 0.5%, they will end up spending an additional $1,500 the first year that they have that mortgage. So if they know the rates today, why wait for them to go up? Buy the property now. In fact, if you buy the property while everyone else is on pause with economic uncertainty, you might not have as much competition from other buyers as well. So you can save money on the purchase price. Plus, if the rates go up, you save $136 a month times 12, you're about $1,500. Over 5 years, that would save the person $7,500. So how would you tease them to talk in an email? Do not explain. It goes up 0.5%. It's $136 a month. Do not explain everything I just said. You tease to talk. That means you might send them an email that says, sometimes when the rates change, people get nervous and decide to wait. What if I could show you how buying now could save you over $7,500? Let's find a time to talk. Is after work on Tuesday good, or is during the day on Wednesday better? And give them your contact information. If you have a scheduler, you could even give them a link to schedule a time to talk with you. So that's one way to tease to talk. If I could show you how to save over $7,500, would you want to know how? That's when you get voice to voice and face to face. Another great thing to keep in mind is every time the interest rates go up 1%, a consumer's buying power on the lending side drops about 10%. And that's a great phrase. Every time the interest rates go up 1%, your buying power drops by 10%. Do you really want to settle for 10% less of a house? Let's make sure we get you in the home you dream of today. So those are different ways to tease to talk. And the part about how does that work? The 1%, 10%. You can do the math on that. Pull out your mortgage calculator, because you won't feel comfortable making that comment if you don't really know how it works. Your primary goal is to shift from being a buyer's agent to a listing agent. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. You and I have had a little bit of conversation around this. Would you share what your concerns are in shifting from a buyer's agent to a listing agent?
Yeah, so the big one is, as a buyer's agent, inconsistent income based on the low predictability of when you're going to find one and when they're going to pull the trigger.
Yep. Yep. That inconsistent income is what knocks most people out of being in real estate. That's why there is a more than 80% dropout rate in the first 3 years of the business. And Floyd has spoken forever about the agent who quit real estate but just didn't quit the company,
Mm-hmm.
right? The kind of dead weight hanging around at an office pretending that they're a realtor. But the challenge is, how do you eat consistently? How do you pay your mortgage? How do you feel confident?
Mm-hmm.
And what we see is there's some real fears about the difference between working with buyers and the difference between working with sellers. To work with a buyer is exciting. They want to take action and they know they need help. And most realtors love that.
Mm-hmm.
It also means if they want to buy something really fast, you're going to get an accepted offer. And in 30, 45, maybe 60 days, you're going to get paid. That's
Mm-hmm.
very attractive. And that keeps many newer agents from taking the steps to become a listing agent. Floyd has always stressed listers last. Listings are the name of the game. And the reason is that's how you make it in the business. So there's some mindset things, the fear of, ooh, first I got to find a listing lead. Okay, well, you got to find buyer leads also. By the way,
Mm-hmm.
the easiest way to find buyer leads is to have good listings.
Right.
You find the leads, then you got to get face to face. Same problem you got with buyers. So not a big difference there. When you're face to face, you have to find out exactly what's important to them so you know how to help them. And that's why we teach the listing presentation process, the POCA, the probe, the present and price, and the persuade. There's a specific pattern. Those things and diving back into that work gives confidence for what to say and when to say it to generate the best results. That's how you get listings. is you do more of those appointments more frequently. And the goal of a listing a month is a great goal if it meets someone's financial needs. Whatever the individual agent's goal is, I encourage everyone. Yep, 2 listings a month. That's what I need for my business. 1 listing a month. That's what I need for my business. Whatever is perfect for that individual, get really clear about it and take the actions to do it, including building your confidence by practicing the objection handling techniques or hot buttons, and by practicing the process of the listing appointment. All of that pays off because we want you to be here and to be satisfied in your work, as well as building your business by supporting your clients.